ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trends O'Clock with the 10th Disciple, and this is O.O.K Farms TV. Yes, I would like to tell you about our O.O.K Group and O.O.K Farms. Yes, O.O.K Farms is involved in contract farming, lease and sales of farmlands, product branding and exporting. We do a whole lot of services, and don't forget, we also have the O.O.K Farm Academy, yes, where we equip you about all you need to know in your journey through agribusiness. And like we like to say, agribusiness is our wealth. Yes, agriculture is our wealth. That is what we love to say in this organization. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am Brian Adefua. You can simply refer to me as the 13th Disciple, and I'm your host on Friends O'Clock with 13th Disciple. You're welcome to another lovely edition, and this is the edition where we'll be talking about everything making rounds in the world of information, entertainment, sports, politics, and everything that affects our daily lives in Nigeria. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to go on a very short timeout. And when I'm back, we're moving with the gist. Thank you for listening and stay tuned.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all you agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture. Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our wealth.
All right, welcome back to Trends O'Clock with 13th Disciple, and it is time for us to go into the gist all around. Yes, the first story that I have here has to do with the Chief Justice of Nigeria, that is concerning CJN Ariwola. There's this gist making rounds saying that there is a phone conversation between the President of Nigeria elect, that is speaking of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and CJN Ariwola. Yes, as regards the election tribunal petition that is going up and down, and the Supreme Court has given its own reaction on this particular gist. And what have they got to say? They've got to say it is time for us to move away from all the usual trends of bringing around rumors, spreading rumors, that there is no evidence and there is no way to establish the fact that CJN Ariwola had a phone conversation with the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu as regards the election tribunal petition that is going on, and it is time for every Nigerian to cease from spreading rumors that never existed. That this kind of approach is going to bring too much of faults and lagging behind on every other decisions that we need to make as regards this particular election that is just concluded. And it has been said that everybody should just sit down, that the petition is following all the processes that is required for the hearing, and by the time everything has been done, the due process will be established and the truth of the whole election will be made known, and we will make progress. That encouraging people to spread rumors of something that never existed in the first place would never do the country any good. But if we sit down and allow due course to take its process and actualize the main result of what is what and what is not, will do us a greater good than the bad of spreading rumors. Yes, and from that, I am going to move to the very particular story that is actually very, very important and that is very, very crucial in our day-to-day lives in Nigeria. Yes, we all know that PMS, that is petrol, pump price has been increased from 520 naira to 620 naira within a short period of barely 6 weeks. Yes, and this has caused so many reactions from the general public showing their displeasure in the price of everything, because the moment the pump price of petroleum goes higher in the country or anywhere in the world, other commodities, goods, and services, their prices skyrockets, and that has been the trend since this happened in Nigeria. And someone has come to give his own sense on this matter, his own advice to Nigerians on this matter, and that is speaking of the Social Democratic Party presidential aspirant Prince Adewale Adebayo, saying to all Nigerians that no, it is too early to cry now, that it is not time for us to shed tears. It's not time for any Nigerian to shed tears, that the real trouble is actually in pipeline, that whatever we are seeing now, they happen to be the plans that were acquired from the previous administration of the former president of Nigeria, speaking of Muhammadu Buhari, and he has just come to say that it is easy. You might be an expert in winning elections, but you need to be an expert in good governance and having success recorded as regards your administration. So he has come to tell Nigerians and everyone that cares to listen, home and abroad, that come on, come off it. It is not time to cry now, that the big problem is coming. And when those problem comes, he prays Nigerians will bear the loss and will be able to bear whatever pain that comes with it. And he has come to say that this is a result of voting in the elections, that whoever you vote into power determines how your life looks like. So we pray, we are optimistic, and we believe that there will be no more further troubles, and this matter will be resolved. And if you care to know, yes, the NLC has also come up and reacted to the increment in pump price, as so many people begin to now buy fuel, some at 615, some at 630, some people bought their own fuel at 650 naira, and NLC has said they are rejecting that particular pump price and it's not going to work. Well, we believe in dialogue than riots, and I believe that the NLC leader will do everything in its power to make sure that this is resolved amicably without any tension, without any further stress, and we will move on as a country and as a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be going on another short break right about now, but mind you, Trends O'Clock with 13 Disciple continues after that. Yes, welcome back to Trends O'Clock with 13th Disciple on O.O.K Farms TV. And away from the gist I've been talking about politics. Now we'll move into entertainment. And the first part of the story in entertainment that I'm going to be touching right about now on Trends O'Clock with 13th Disciple has got to do with sport lovers, especially Manchester United fans. Yes, I would like to congratulate them by telling them that eventually it seems so much to me that the prayers that they've been praying in the corners of their bedroom and their closets has finally been answered. Yes, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the captain of the team. I'm talking about the English international footballer known as Harry Maguire. Yes, if you remember, Harry Maguire has been trending for so many reasons aside football. Yes, in recent times, I think around last year or early this year, there was this video that made rounds in the internet because somebody, a senator in a parliament in Africa, made a reference to Harry Maguire in trying to establish his point. And it said something very funny, and I would like to share with you for those of you that never saw the video. The man said something. He said Harry Maguire is so good a player that he likes to tackle both his opponents and his team members. And he says, and I quote, he said, when the opponent of Harry Maguire does not score, Harry Maguire will score for them. That sounds so funny. But on a lighter note, that is that on that. But the good news now is that Eric Ten Hag, that is the new coach that came into the leadership of the Manchester United club at the middle of last season, that once confirmed that Harry Maguire, he has so much trust in him and he believes that he's going to be very crucial in his team, has come up to say something else, saying that for Harry Maguire to avoid being sidelined to the bench in this forthcoming campaign of the EPL, he needs to use the door. And that means he's been asked to leave the club because he has no plan to put him in the first team shirt any longer. And you know, no footballer will want to be sidelined, especially the number team. Captain of a football team is more or less like the number three, or if not the number second person in a football team. But all I'm just going to say, and all I hope many England fans of Harry Maguire and fans of Manchester United would love to say is thank you for the little time he has spent. If you remember, Harry Maguire came from Leicester City to Manchester United, and ever since he's been in Manchester United, he's been doing his quota, he's been contributing his quota to make sure that the team moves forward. Well, we wish Harry Maguire best of luck in all his endeavors. And from there, I move on to another sportsman. I'm speaking about someone that has been very, very, very impressive. He's contributed so much in EPL, in La Liga, as well as in football general. I'm talking about Eric Aubameyang. Yes, Aubameyang was a Chelsea player, and prior to that, he was an Arsenal football player, and he did well in Arsenal. The little he could do pairing with his former teammate Lacazette. And after a little while, he was asked to move to Barcelona in Spain to on a loan deal, and he did so well in Barcelona to the point that Chelsea Football Club felt like, wow, this guy is going to do well for us. And they brought him into the Chelsea football team wearing the number 9 shirt. But in total, Aubameyang made 22 appearances for Chelsea Football Club of London. And in those 22 appearances, he was only able to find the back of the net 3 times. Wow, for a striker of that caliber, that is such a disappointment. And eventually, right now, he is not part of the preseason tour in US, and the Pochettino that happens to be the coach of Chelsea right about now, said he has no plan for Eric Aubameyang, and he can't just find his way. Else, he will have to be on the bench. And I want to believe that many Chelsea fans will feel relieved. And he's not going to be the only Chelsea footballer, I beg your pardon, leaving the team. Before that, the German international Kai Havertz, who seems to play a very crucial role in the second win of Champions League for Chelsea, also left for Arsenal Football Club, and he happened to net his first goal for Arsenal Football Club in their yesterday friendly match, as well as Mason Mount, the English international who left Chelsea for Manchester United. Well, I want to believe that on behalf of all Chelsea fans, we wish every one of them good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, it is still Trends O'Clock with 13th Disciple on O.O.K TV. Stay tuned. I will be right back after this very short timeout.
the existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our wealth.
Yeah, welcome back everyone to Trends O'Clock with 13th Disciple. Yes, right about now. No time to check time. Yeah, without further ado, I'll move on to the next story. Yes, the next story now has to do with another entertainment gist, and this has to do with the comedy industry. And over the month, we've been having this gist about Ayomako, that is AY Live, having a personal vendetta with his senior colleague, as he actually admitted, Bright Opocha, known as a basket mouth. Yes, there's this story that busted out so many months back, saying that Ayo Makun accused the basket mouth of the fact that he owes him 30,000 naira. It was surprising to me myself that at that status, you can you still remember someone that holds you that holds you 30,000 naira right now? You become a millionaire, man. So he went around and said that there was this particular event while his career was just growing. And at that point in time, he claimed that Basketmouth was seen by himself to be his senior colleague. And there was a particular time Basketmouth called him to please help him fill up for a job, which he agreed to pay him 30,000 naira because he has a superior engagement to be involved with. And This story went on social media, on every platform, everybody jumping on it, everybody talking about it. The lovers of AY talking about, the lovers of basketball talking about it. But basketball did something. He kept mum. He never say a word until maybe few weeks later that he was involved in an on a podcast show. And at that point in time, he said so many things, debunking every of the allegations of AY, saying that they were never friends, saying that there was never an instance of him hiring him to work for him. Not to talk of him owing him 30,000 naira. He even went ahead to say that they were not friends to the point that they never have any picture together. You can never find any picture of himself, Basket Mouth, and AY. And maybe few days later, this picture busted out on internet again, showing Basket Mouth and AY wearing suits, depicting them those days, how they dress, and when people did their fact checking, got to realize that that was a doctored picture. Yes, we moved on from there, and people started saying, okay, Basketman has denied this. AY, say something, say something, say something. And while we were waiting for AY's response to that, another story busted out affecting AY, and that came from another senior colleague, Julius Ago, the genius. Yes, there was this particular video that made the news all over the social media platforms, saying that Julius Agu was actually accusing AY for putting up a show, a comedy show of himself, of his brand on a particular date, which is generally known and accepted to be a show that, to be a date that he himself will always hold his annual comedy shows. And he went on to say that he even tried to put up a call, through to him, and while talking to AY on phone, AY ended the call. And AY responded saying he has always been trying to reach out to these two people. And he also said that, in fact, he was disappointed that when Bright was getting married, speaking of Basket Mouth, he was not invited and he was not allowed into his wedding venue. And now he has come to the conclusion of saying, in as much as he has tried all the possible efforts to make sure that, yes, they can sort this matter and meet at a particular point, and everything has been to no result at all, that he is even ready right about now. Speaking of AY, he said he is ready never to speak to these two people till he goes to grave. It is surprising that someone wants to be an enemy to grave. Well, we hope this will go down well with all of them, and we hope they resolve this, because it is actually not too good for three brands fighting over something very trivial. Yes, and from there, I am going to move to another entertainment gist that involves Bella Shmurda, Coco Lee, and Odumodu. And what has happened to that? Yes, there was this show that happened recently at the university in Lagos, and Mukuli was the organizer, and we saw the video of Bella Shmoda trying to trying to escape from lynching. And what happened was, the reason became so tough, to the point that people started saying all sorts of things. And what struck chord was the fact that there were more tickets but lesser money, showing that Pokoli had sold more tickets and people couldn't gain entry into the venue. And at this point in time, one of the artists decided to run away from the venue when he saw possible cult members trying to attack him. Contrary to his braggadocious personality, that, hey, Sabi, nobody if you push me down. You understand? And we have realized that the cause of this whole problem was the fact that the students were hungry. That, look here, we paid so much for for this show. You're supposed to bring us lovely artists, lovely lineups, and here we are today. We can't gain entry into the venue as we have paid for it. Well, I am just going to advise event planners and event stationers to actually be transparent when it comes to this particular thing. If you remember, Kokoli has been stakeholder in the entertainment industry. He is a lovely hype man, a lovely dancer, a very creative one at that, and that has just been the gist. So finally, on this edition of Trends O'Clock with 13th Disciple, I would like to talk about Guinness Book of Records. Here, you want to hear too? Yes, I am here to tell you that. But I am going to be saying that, I'm going to be discussing that after this very short timeout. Thank you for listening and stay tuned. I will be right back.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, rights network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our
All right, welcome back. Thanks for still staying tuned to O.O.K Farms TV, and the program is Trends O'Clock with the 13th Disciple. Yes, before I went on that short commercial break, I was going to discuss with you Guinness Book of Record marathon trophy that everybody is engaged in. Yes, you could remember well that in recent weeks we had this particular young man that said he was going to break the record by crying for 7 days. Wow, it was impressive after Chef Bassi, Ida Bassi, was awarded for the effort she put into it. And we've had a whole lot of people coming from different countries, not just Nigeria, saying they are going to do this, they're going to do that. And after that, because the organizers of this marathon had realized that many people are playing down, watering down the whole process, and they came up with a list of approved categories which everyone can engage in. And they actually directed that message to Nigerians, saying that for any Nigerian that wants to participate in this marathon trophy competition, they should try and confirm the categories that were approved by Guinness Book of World Record. And this time, we have this guy that wanted to cry for 7 days. Oh my goodness, I can imagine how that is going to go down, because crying is not something that is voluntary, it's a reflex. It's a reflex action. So how do you want to say I want to cry? So this guy came up with the fact that he's going to make sure that he puts himself through crying for 7 days. And he had continued crying for the first day, the second day, third day, until the particular day that he cried himself into temporal blindness. And that surprised many Nigerians, and as well as myself and you that you're watching, that how could somebody cry into blindness? Yes, so that rose to the point that people begin to say that the Guinness Book of World Records should make sure that they confirm the health status of people that are trying to venture into any of the categories when it comes to the marathon trophy. You understand? And that has struck so many chord in the point in the sense that they feel like, why? You need to confirm if somebody is strong enough to do this because the stress and the requirements to do these things will definitely overwhelm anybody. And we thank God that the medical practitioners have been attending to the young man, and we believe he is going to have a speedy recovery. And we hope and pray that he can get back his sight. That concludes this edition of Trends O'Clock with 13th Disciple on O.O.K TV. But before I go, I would like to tell you things that we do at O.O.K Farms and O.O.K Group. Yes, at O.O.K Farms, there are numerous benefits you're going to enjoy as an agric business practitioner. At O.O.K Farms, we have Agribusiness Academy where we equip you with all you need through your journey in the agribusiness industry. We are also involved in the rendering services such as contract farming, sales and lease of farmlands, farm tools, and we also offer credit facilities and grants both locally and internationally. We even offer the service of commodity branding and exports. Yes, this might interest you, but for more inquiries, just visit us on any of our platforms on social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Look for us at O.O.K Farms Radio TV. O.O.K Farms Radio TV on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and as well as Twitter. But on YouTube, reach out to us via O.O.K Farms. My name is Brian Adefuwa. You can simply call me 13th Disciple. My appreciations goes to the technical crew, the engineering crew, and to all of you out there listening and watching us. Don't forget, agriculture is our wealth. Join me, same time, same station, next week for another lovely edition and interesting episode of Friends O'Clock with 13th Disciple. You can also follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. On Twitter at that 13th Disciple. On Instagram at its 13th Disciple. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being part of O.O.K Fans. Thank you. God bless you. I'm out.